My name is Charlene. I'm a craft trader at the Ocean's Craft Market. I've been here for as long as I'm ready to rumble! My name is Charlene. I'm a craft trader at the Ocean's Craft Market. I've been here for as long as I've known, going to school, coming back from school, and assisting my mom at the shop that she inherited from her mom. So it's a generational pass down. I've gone to school, I've gone to college, I've actually done a little bit of nursing, and I'm actually back into the shop that was handed down from my mom. It goes to say, I want to lament on what the Prime Minister spoke about in conference yesterday, which I am not really pleased. It's a drop in a bucket for me, for you to, and I think it's an insult for you to come and tell me, hey, you're going to give me a waiver for my shop rent for the period of December and January, and then you're going to extend it until June when the ship here open. Listen to me, Mr. Prime Minister. You're not going to be nice to you, because this is way off of what my problem and my concern is. I have related my concern to my president in this market, and I know she had put it in letter of what my concern is. I'm having a grave issue in getting my shop into a transfer state where I can apply for a JTB license, so I can go to the bank and open an account just to know that I can, when the bank asks me a reference, where do I get my money from, I can say I'm a craft trader. This is a grave issue, not for you to come and tell me that you're going to assist me in paying my shop rent. I don't want somebody to give me fish. I like to fish for myself. I'm a very independent woman. You take a look in the craft market. Look at behind here. Look at the state. This place has been like this forever since I've known it, from I was a child coming up. And I haven't seen any repairs done. Where is the millions? Where is the millions that you're saying this is $1 million ministry? Where is it? I am so pissed off. I had to come here speaking to one of my colleagues here this morning because of what the statement you have made. I am not pleased. I'm a very, very prominent woman. I'm a very independent woman. I don't want somebody to tell me you're going to help me pay rent. Pay rent for what? I want to make my money. You come in here and you fix this property. Where's the millions going to? That same ship here we have to pay to go out there. Where's those millions that we pay to go out there? Those millions that we're paying to go out there to make $1. Those millions should be coming back into this market to try and build it. Where I don't have to lift up these heavy goods to go out there to make $1. I have to get up 4 o'clock in the morning, drag bags and everything to go out there, and then you're going to look at me in big conference and telling me that you think I'm frightened over you paying a rent, 6 to 8 months rent for me? Do you think I'm frightened over that? I am not frightened over it. I'm not in that chitty-chatter way. I don't know where this country was going, but I'm not going down with the sinking ship, sir. So you just really go around in circle and come back again. Come back with a strategy, because that's not what we're asking for. Why did you think about getting a bus and getting a bus for us so we can shuckle tourists off of the boat to take the shocker and the tourists of what people coming in here? We have 30 people going out on the ship here. Every month, 30 people out of 300 craft traders in here. 30 more have to be fed out here, and we have to wait again for another set to go out there to eat. And you're going to tell me you're going to pay my shop rent for what? So I must wait for 4 or 5 months, dying of hunger for my rest of my colleagues to eat before I come and wait for boating on the ship here. Do you know the operation of going out on the ship here, sir? Do you know the depth of operation that is going on in this country? I'm wondering, sir. I am wondering. And I'm displeased because I'm a boat owner. I'm not a Guyati laborer. I am not Guyati PNP. But I did vote for you, so I'm not scared to tell you. I vote for you because I thought you were young. You were going to come with better. 18 years you keep on. I hate this country coming to talk about 18 years of what the PNP done. Listen, we know what they did. I voted for you to give you a chance to do better or make some changes. I don't see any changes. I've seen worse. I feel like I'm in shackles. If my mom was alive right now, I'm in shackles. The country, the Jamaican people, the craft trade, that was the foundation that I've born to go and see. I've seen my grandmother make something out of this. I've seen my mother make something, and I here want to make something out of this. And I'm being bound. So where's the generational wealth for the rest of the generation to come? What about my child and my great-grandchildren to come, sir?
Talk to him, mommy. Talk to him. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, y'all. What's up, gentle people? Hope y'all are doing well this morning. You know, I'm gonna go up on camera. I want to turn on my light. Where if you like it. Alright, I'll leave the light on. It's not that bad. It's not crisp. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But I'll leave the light on. How you guys doing, man? Good morning. We're here to talk about something I came across with Burkina Faso. The leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Shoaib, I think he's around 36 years old. I covered some things with him before, but before we go there, um, to the amount of fight challenges I've had with yeah, I'm gonna play this for real, like every time.
Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder. The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
Hey, I'm live right
He shall
now,
call
ladies and
upon
gentlemen.
me,
Pull up,
and
pull
I
up,
will
pull up.
answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation.
That is it. That is it. That is it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I have one more that I love. This one.
Jeremiah 29 verse 11. God says, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. That is a scripture that I hold dear to my heart, because God is not a man that He should lie. So if He says He has a plan for me, He does. If He says He has plans to prosper me, He does. I have that much confidence in Him to know if He said it, that's just what it is.
If He said it, it is so. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, it's another BOLO V&R. I'm going to get right into the content. Ibrahim, Burkina Faso. I'm going to play a clip that I found of this young lady. I'm talking about 11, 10, maybe 12 years old. And this is what real leadership is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what real leadership is. Oh, and please remember, guys, to follow me on all platforms, BOLO V&R and BOLO V&R Clips. My birthday is coming up. My month is coming up, December. So, listen, I want to get to over 10,000 subs on BOLO V&R Clip, BOLO V&R 2.0. I want to get to 5,000 subs on BOLO V&R. I don't know. I'm just saying. I got a few people over here on BOLO V&R Clips that can go sub up over there, right? It's not impossible. Plus, I'm getting new people all the time. So I need you guys to sub up all of my platforms. And BOLO V&R Clips, I need to get to 1,000 subs ASAP, ladies and gentlemen. ASAP. So I need y'all help. Pull up on your boy. Go sub up on all of my platforms. All right? Good. Now, let's get into the content. This is a meeting between the leader of Burkina Faso and children. They have this is like what I'm witnessing here. This is like they have handpicked kids, right, to like some of the brightest minds, and they have charged them they have a program for them. They're going to explain everything. All right. So I'm going to make it play for the most part, but I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to say something in between. I can't just let it play the whole time. And of course, Africa is Powerful. That is the page. Y'all go and check them out, of course. Yes, go and check out them. Check out their page. Let's get it.
This country belongs to you. It is up to you to take it. We will instill a certain number of values in you and pass these values on to your children. Tomorrow, you will have children. You will be in our place, and you will also give everything so that your children are in better condition than you. When I listen to you today, you are better than us. We want your children to be better than you. So we have to instill a certain number of values in you. And today at school, we have introduced a certain number of subjects. Civil education, which I teach at the Ministry of Teachers. It is to train you in patriotism so that you can take back your country. And
I'm sorry, but that's too awesome for me not to say something about. He's teaching the children of Burkina Faso patriotism so they can take back their country from the colonizers and keep their country from the colonizers forever. Forever. This is real leadership. Hey, Andrew Onis, come to class, sir. Come to class.
it requires a certain number of values that you have to understand and put into practice every day. There is
Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso, Head of State.
So this is the young lady that's asking. This is what the title is all about. This is the young lady that is asking the Burkina Faso president a whole bunch of questions in regards to, what they can look forward to in their future. These kids are pretty much holding the government to task, and the government is encouraging it. I love it. I absolutely love it, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. Let's go.
We, the children of Burkina Faso, are here today on the occasion of World Children's Day to share with you the point of our meeting at the Hemicycle. This year, we have had an incredible experience. We sat in the Legislative Assembly of Transition as deputies under the presidency of the President of the ALT. During this session, we asked important questions to the ministers about the promises you made to us during our meeting last year. With the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and National Solidarity, we talked about the measures that have been taken since last year to further protect children from child marriages. Concrete actions have been carried out this year to move children away from orphanages and allow them to continue their education. With the Minister of Health, we asked questions about your commitment to strengthening free care for women and children. We asked for the progress made this year so that this commitment becomes a reality for all families. We also asked where the construction of the hospital was, mother-child, so that children and their mothers can be better cared for. With the Minister of Elementary Education, Literacy and Promotion of National Languages, represented by his counterpart, the Minister of Secondary Education and Professional and Technical Training, we discussed two things: your promise to make schools free for all in Burkina Faso. We asked where this promise is and when all children will be able to go to school without danger.
Listen. When have we seen this in Jamaica? We need this. This is what the government should be encouraging. Listen, let's continue.
Danger and actions that have been taken this year so that schools are better adapted to the needs of disabled children and that they can learn in good conditions. We were very happy to hear the minister's answers. We were very happy to know that marriage has been brought back to 18 years old and that several activities are being carried out to prevent children's work in orphanages. And there is even a green number to denounce those who make children work. We have also learned that the government puts 30 billion francs each year so that children under the age of 5 and pregnant women can be treated for free. Also, the discussions that started for the construction of the hospital, mother-child, and the ground is already acquired. And in 2025, the work will begin. Finally, for children to go to school for free. Every year we build a lot of schools, and we have offered several living children with a disability-adapted material for their education. They told us that actions are already underway and that others will soon be put in place. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, take our concerns to heart and work to improve our lives. We also had a special moment with the president of the ANT, where we presented a film that we made for FESPACO 2025. This project allowed us to share our stories, our dreams, and what we want for our country. Excellency.
They had a show, guys. They had a show. They made a film to depict their struggle. Come on, man. Hey.
Mr. President of FASO, even if we see progress, we still have 3 big requests to make. 1. Excellency, Mr. President of FASO, we have heard that even if the law has brought back marriage at 18, there is the exception at 16. Could you tell them to fix it at 18, without exception if possible? This will protect all girls against early marriage and will allow them to stay in school and live their childhood.
Oh, man, I gotta clap for that. No, I gotta clap for that. Come on now. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing.
2.
Stop playing.
Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, we are happy that you set up May 15th to allow us to know our tradition, but we are afraid that our grandparents and grandmothers think they can excuse the girls and marry the children. We would like to ask you, if possible, to take the floor officially to explain to them the meaning of May 15th, a day of customs and traditions in all languages. 3. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, our parents have explained to us that the law provides that children who have committed minor offences do not go to prison, but that they do light work, such as weeding the CSPS, cleaning the schoolyard. Can you ask the judge to apply this decision? This will prevent children from going to prison and being in contact with bad things. 4. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, we know that you are listening to us and that you are ready to act to protect us. These changes are very important to us and will allow us to have a better future. Thank you, Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, for always thinking about us, for protecting us, for supporting us, and for building a Burkina where every child can be safe, go to school and succeed in life. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Man,
You are honorable deputies today.
listen, I hope it's not too fast. Man, I'm about to tear up a little bit, man. Y'all don't understand. This right here, to see leadership open themselves up to the children like this and listen to what they're saying, understanding that they are the future, having them engage in the political process. Yo, man, what are we doing, man? You see how our prime minister does? Make excuses and blame the other government. No, this man right here, younger than him, you know, different circumstances, how he came into power. You guys can argue that all you want, but what you can't argue is what he is actually doing for his people. I mean, there's no argument. He's literally, if you have been checking the track record of Ibrahim Choi, the prime minister of the president of Burkina Faso, then you know, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no, I'm talking about, he's not perfect, but damn, he is definitely trying his utmost best, excuse me, to do right by his people. And what more can you ask from a leader? Now, here is response to the children. I mean, after everything she just said, I feel like going over that because there was so many good questions.
I suppose that in reality, everything went very well. Yes, the ministers were able to respond well. Were they convincing? Okay, thank God. In any case, there are many things that we have undertaken in favor of children, and everything we do is in favor of children. You are the future of this nation. You are the future of the country. So everything we do is for the children.
Oh. Imagine your your president, your leader, not just saying that, but actually doing it through action. Like, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, we have a government over here trying to have people they signing some more agreements to affect our kids in the most negative way possible moving forward, to affect our future in the most negative way possible moving forward. You heard what she was talking about? This young lady was talking about marriage. She was talking about, listen, we do not want to get married at a young age. This is an issue in Africa. And he's like, hey, they're listening to them. They're listening to them. Right? So that's huge.
This must already be understood. Every initiative we take is for your well-being. It is so that you can live in good health, go to school, thrive, and do everything you can for the country. Many changes have been initiated. Many things remain to be done. It all depends on the rhythm at which we go. And as you can see, there are many children who were displaced, but who are starting to resume classes little by little in several localities. This is due to the abnegation of the security forces and the VDPs who are on the ground, who give themselves body and soul, who sacrifice themselves day and night so that you, the children, can live in peace and go to school. Just today, I was learning in one of the regions. There are at least more than 10,000 children who have resumed classes. Classes have been officially opened. And I think it goes in line with your aspirations, which are that all children can go to school. Educational infrastructures are in full improvement. And I think there are many children among you who come from certain regions who have seen during the rainy season a lot of schools that have disintegrated and therefore have a negative impact on your classes. We have developed a new school model, and we are trying to find ways to implement it everywhere in Burkina Faso so that storms and other natural disasters cannot impact your studies.
That's dope. He's so focused on education, right? You think this man is holding back on finances to put into the education of the kids? You think he's doing that as a leader? No, he's putting a lot of money behind education because he's going to expire one day. He understands that. What he's doing is he is literally cultivating kids for the future to make sure that his country, Burkina Faso in Africa, right, will be, at least in good stead because, he has these leaders that he's cultivating to carry on the work when he is gone. Like, isn't that the ultimate mission of a father, of a mother, of a parent, of leadership? Isn't it the ultimate mission for them to cultivate the future, which is the children, to be better than what they were? And how better to do that than include them in the process, asking them, what is it that you want from us? While explaining to them the reason why we're doing this is because we want you to grow up to be these types of leaders. Somebody calling. Hi, good morning.
Morning, Bolo.
How you doing? I'm live on YouTube, so everybody can hear you. You wanted to talk to me
I
separately?
know I'm
Okay.
calling you because I'm watching it
Oh,
with you, along with you. But as I'm watching it, I'm seeing you as another Ibrahim Traore.
wow, man.
I'm
Wow.
seeing that in you.
Wow.
It doesn't mean that you can only be a leader and do what he's doing.
Wow.
I see that in you.
That means a lot.
So that
Thank you so much.
whatever field you are in, whatever interests you and excites you and gets you up out of bed in the morning and you just want to go ahead and do it. I see that for you going into a space and taking the young children with you.
No.
I see that vision for you. I see you perhaps. I don't know. Are you living in Jamaica?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I see you maybe even hooking up with High Sat in Portland. I see you instead of the kids scratching out their hand with laughter then come home from school,
Talk about it.
as was suggested by pure ignorance.
Oh.
We are just going to put that under the list of disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Non-thinking, poor choice of words
Mm-hmm.
because we want to be kind to the lady,
Mm. Talk
right?
about it. Yep.
So ISAT has a program where I think he does tablets for kids. But you know what? My overall thing to you, Bolo, is this: don't bother to do anything you can have to do that includes younger people coming behind us.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Yes, it truly is.
If we don't make it better for them, if we don't get to them, let me tell you something. We need to get the younger kids as soon as they're in their mother's womb.
Mm.
There are so many forces coming against, especially our people,
Right.
that we need to waken up the kids while they're in their mother womb with positivity and love and confidence. So
No, that's right.
that when
That,
that kid come out and is born, open their mouth bolo and take that first breath of air. There is love waiting on those kids. When the kid feel is here, the text stuff is here, there will be nobody will be looking at that kid and telling the kid, oh, you have bad head.
right.
Your skin color not right.
Teach them to love themselves.
Right. Remember what Marcus Garvey said, with confidence you're way ahead of the game.
Yeah, you're twice if you don't have any confidence in self, you're twice
Your
defeated
greatest
in the race of life.
currency. Yeah, your greatest currency first is self love and then
Right,
confidence, you know.
right. Yeah, it's the
Because
quote. I think the quote is if you're defeated mentally, then you're twice defeated in the race of life. So
it
it
is
all
true.
ties
It
in.
is
Yeah,
true. It is
yeah.
true. Because the root of your existence, I believe, is two things. First, you must love who you are.
Hmm.
And then if you love who you are and you believe that God never make a mistake, Bolo,
Talk about it.
right? That means that nobody can come up to you and tell you, oh, Bolo, your lip too thick. Your nose
Or
too broad.
or you're
Your,
really a girl when you're a boy.
right? Your ears too coarse. Lord, we not even going
Hmm.
to touch the one there. The one there's a whole other topic.
Man, listen, I'm
Right?
gonna touch it because I'm. You see,
I know.
I keep telling people it's very disrespectful to the
It is.
creator of the universe for
It
you
is. It is.
to assert that what you were made as is a mistake.
But you know, if you go in the Bible in a bowl, I think it's Psalms 139. I could be wrong. It could be 137. But I
Hmm.
remember, but I'm going to lean on 139.
Hmm.
The first time I read it, it stayed with me because
Right.
basically it says, God says, I knew you from you were in your mother's
Oh
womb.
yeah, yes, yes, that's true. Psalms, what you say?
I think it's 139.
139. I'm gonna see if it's it. I'm
But
gonna look
you know
for it.
what I love about you, Bola?
Hmm.
When you don't know something, you run go look it up.
Of course.
I love that about you because when I was growing up and I see a word, I'd run to the dictionary because me never want nobody to out talk me and me not know what people mean when them a talk or you use words that are not normally used. You know? And then I got onto my crossword puzzle and that helped a lot. But I love that about you. Let me just take the time out to compliment you on that behavior. You, when you read something or you see something, you run and you go find out what it means. I love that about you.
Guys, somebody else don't know, so we both learn at the same time.
Right. But as I'm watching you, if I myself don't know it, I don't have to bother to go and look it up, because you already did the job for both of us and everybody else watching.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
Oh no, listen, you are going places. I just felt so connected to you in this moment with this video. It just resonated within me, and I just felt the need to call you. And just to let you know that don't let this new government come in, Mark Golden government. And you don't have to become a minister or nothing, you know. Find your little piece of Jamaica bowl and work it.
Right.
You understand? Find your little piece of Jamaica. If it's not over there in Portland with Isaac, wherever you are, find your little spot. Start out with 10 kids, 5 kids.
Right.
You know, make them have in your neighborhood. Let the kids know who they are. Do what Marcus Garvey was forbidden from doing. They fight him down and hold him back.
Right.
Listen, put confidence in the little picnic them, especially the blacker one them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Put confidence in them. Touch their hair and make them know. You know that our hair texture bolo is the only hair that works gravitational pull from the sun.
I know this. I knew exactly where you was going to go when you started the sentence. Yeah.
But let me ask you something about Ebola. You think, say, if you will look at black people, them they know that anybody could have looked on them and tell them anything negative about the texture of them here, Ebola.
It starts from the home. That's where it starts from.
But you remember what I said to you, though, baby? It starts from them in the mother womb.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mother needs to rub her belly and speak love to the baby in her belly.
True.
You understand? And what pregnant women go through if they don't have the support of the community, then them can't transfer that love in the belly because they have to fight through life.
That's there. Exactly.
You know? Because if you think about it in a bolo, if a mother can read, you don't have to wait until the child goes to school to learn to read, that child, you can start teaching that child to read,
Yes, communicate with them in the womb. Yeah. Even music. I mean, giving them the right music.
Oh God, man.
My
No,
mom
man.
told me my mom
Oh,
told me that she used to sing to me all the time when I was in the
I don't think people quite appreciate the value of music,
No.
Because when they think about music, all they think about is cut a record and get a contract and make some big
Yes.
money. They don't know the value of music
The
stimulate the brain,
The devil knows the value of it, and the devil uses it very well.
They want to make you think when doing slavery, them they forbid them from beat the drum. Wrong with you.
Exactly. It invokes certain energy and everything.
What are you talking about, man? Listen, the more we get connected to our roots, the older I get, Bolo, and the more I find out, and you realize how valuable for human being you are. And we know as the older one, we have a responsibility in Bolo to transfer that knowledge to the younger little pitney them. When you see that, listen, when the little kid knows, say, you don't have to try to flatten down your hair. The girls them know you don't have to cream and relax your hair. Because when you do that, you're disconnecting your DNA with the sun. The sun is the source of life,
True. Very, very true.
Life, And notice, say, we have a very compatible relationship, one-on-one relationship
with the earth and the universe. Yeah.
Right? But just remember that the sun is one of the many sources of light.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine it. When we standing at the sun, we are right. When you're standing at the sun, you hear a work on a different level with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
All of this knowledge has been denied from us and taken from us. Why do you think so much of us experience self-hatred and people in Jamaica bleaching them skin? Come on.
Hey, and check this out. On another scale, when the pandemic hit, people realize how important it is for people to actually go outside and get the sun. It actually helps with your depression and stuff like that. There's all types of medical information you can read up on how the sun affects you positively. So,
Polo, when you stand up in the sun and the sun ray lit your skin and start generating that vitamin D, it's a different story. Why you think old time people when they have a baby, them always tell you make the baby get sun?
Yeah.
Why make you think them not bear the baby until after about what about between 11, 12 o'clock, so after the sun. Everything that our people did, they did it in relationship to nature,
Right, exactly.
Them work with nature, them not work against nature,
Mm-mm. That's
So
like,
what is happening in Jamaica now, Bolo? See all of the landslide and the everything. You know see what happened?
yeah, of course. And I was saying to my mother some weeks ago, I said, I'm very concerned about the landslides, possible landslide, because the amount of tremors and earthquakes that has hit, and the areas that have already been eroded through rainfall over the years that have not been maintained or supported by any reinforced walls or anything along the roadways. But I just knew it was a matter of time before you start seeing these things coming down in the road. And I was worried about people driving, kids walking, somebody could be
Yes,
buried under it, you
absolutely,
know.
absolutely, absolutely. But let me just say this to you also. Bear in mind the fact that this government has been giving people permission to be digging up all parts of Jamaica. We don't know nothing about it. Come let me
Listen,
ask you something. We don't find it strange that all of a sudden we experience all of these small, minor little earthquakes.
well, we are in an earthquake zone, to be
No,
to be
but no,
frank.
no, 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 Coach
But
Bolo.
hold on,
You're
man. But
indifferent
hold
from
on,
another man.
but hold on. The frequency of which these earthquakes are coming and the seismic sizes of them
Ah,
is
ah,
what is alarming.
right. So what make that happen all
Because
of a sudden? If you
context
let me just tell you
matters.
something. If you used to have dirt in an area and you
Mhm.
go dig it up
Right.
and the dirt and then no more. When the earthquake come, if that dirt was there and it was compact the way Mother Nature made it, it would be able to sustain the earthquake better, not true?
Of course.
So when you
Of
dig it
course.
up now, what happened? And then as you rightly just pointed out, if we're living in a fault line, why are you digging up Jamaica so much? And what's the point of digging up Bolo? It's not going to benefit the Jamaican people. So what's the point of doing it?
Exactly. I don't know. I'm asking the same question. What's the point?
What's the point of backside? It's not benefiting us. Let me just ask you something. How can you give one man, Nigel Clark, the ability to stop collecting taxes from these companies that digging up and stealing, basically stealing our backside, polluting the water sources, killing off people with cancer. People
Allegedly,
can't
allegedly,
breathe. And
allegedly.
one man want to look on these rich corporations and tell them, listen about, if you better pay, we not know. Just give me a little something on the side and we're good.
I did a video the other day about sandals. I think it's which country is it again? I don't remember the country, but they were labeling sandals as greedy because they gave them all these concessions and they
Oh yeah,
still
it's
wanted more.
Antigua.
Yeah, Antigua and
The man
Barbuda.
I tell him to lift up, the man tell him to pick up and left because guess what? You're a parasite in our country. Please leave.
Hey, I wish we had leaders that is that
No, we
way.
don't know. You're not going to find this
I
man because
wish
look at
we
what
did.
I just watched Andre tonight. Look at what's going on with what NEPA did.
Yes, yes, no charges. That's crazy.
Whose office is NEPA in Bolo?
No, and the minister, I think our prime minister,
No,
yeah.
Mr. Good old Mr. Bad
Yeah.
Minister.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not no more than in cut a deal.
Allegedly,
Allegedly. And guess
allegedly.
what? But Jesus, let me ask you something. Ha- Can any one person be so greedy, be so craven, man? Every time you alone must eat the whole pizza, you can't get somebody a slice out of it. The poor people can't get a slice out of the pizza
you
Bolo.
have you have you have people that are like that, unfortunately, in the world, and it seems the prime
But
minister is one of them.
look how many lives are being affected in a negative way, Bolo.
Yep, they have no heart. They are heartless. They've sold their souls, as far as I'm concerned. You know,
No man, and
God have
listen,
to
this
take them down,
latest,
man. God have to take
this
them down. I just try to say it
no
to
but
God.
Bolo. The latest thing I want them to go on with Mark Golding and the racism. It not good, it not pretty, it not
Yeah,
nice.
it's terrible.
No,
I
no
mean,
man, the
and
Jamaican
it's
people they need to.
hypocritical. It's hypocritical, right?
No, but Jamaican people, no, we have to draw a line in the sand. There
No,
must be a point
I
where
totally agree with
Jamaican
you.
people say, no, no, this is going too far now. Stop
I,
it.
I totally agree with you. But guess what's the problem? There's some of them that actually think the way that
Oh,
Warmington is
yes,
talking.
absolutely.
So
But you know
that's why I
what?
have a crowd behind him. You understand? And
No, but
Judith
you know what?
Cutler too.
But you know how I feel, Bolo? I know that Jamaican people are afraid to go out there and protest. And I understand that. Because guess what? Nobody now walk at the end of these people's shoe with the fear that them have to live under with this government.
Right.
Right? But when you have a man whose father gave to Jamaica like what Mark Golden father gave to Jamaica, this is the heights of ungratefulness, you know?
True, man. Me just I get 2 minutes wrap up because I have to get back to the
Oh yes,
actual.
baby, I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm
man, you're
sorry
good,
to talk
man.
so long.
We
But
work with
I just
energy, you know, so.
basically wanted to call and tell you that your thing is not just coming on and talking alone. There's a bigger purpose out there for you. You find your little something and you center it around little children coming behind you.
Yeah.
That's my advice to you, all right?
Thank you. I appreciate that, and that's just confirmation. I've got that
Right? So you
message.
yes, so
I've
when me
got
I
that
try to say,
message.
when you think about this thing is not, in other words, you have to inspire while you're coming on. You have your our response. See, these things I'm coming into as I gotten hold of Bolo. Don't wait until you get as old as I am to get
Mm-hmm.
realize that we have a responsibility to the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
But every time you do something, anything you gonna do, say, all right, now how me I go help the children them behind me.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say, baby. I'm gonna let you go. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
wish you the very best in whatever you choose to do, wherever the universal creator takes you. Because I'm gonna use the word God. Um, wherever the universal creator takes you, I
Mm-hmm.
wish you nothing but blessing, courage, and progress in whatever you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, my love. Take care now.
All right. Listen.
All righty.
All right. Appreciate that. Salute to the caller. Usually, you know, we work with the energy, so you know that's how it goes. Sometimes the program cannot be just planned out. Some spontaneity has to be in it. That's why you got to watch all the videos, ladies and gentlemen. Share the live stream. All right, let's get back to this. Let me just dial it back a little bit. All right, so we can get context. All right, let me dial it back a little. As a matter of fact, this is so good. I'm gonna just let it play, and then I'm gonna put my 2 cents in right here because this young lady was definitely dropping so much.
Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore.
All right, let me just stop this. All right, let's get back to this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Choi, had a young lady. This was a coalition, a whole round table of kids between the ages of 13 and like I don't know 9. You know what I'm saying? Very young. You know, just turning teenagers on the teenage years. And this young lady was speaking on behalf of all the children and sharing her concerns with the leader of Burkina Faso, the president, the young Ibrahim Choi. I might say a man of God. He's married, very humble. Unlike Andrew Holness and the government, he did not take a 200 to 300% increase in his money. He decreased his money to match up with the people of Jamaica, with the people of Burkina Faso, because he said, we as the leaders cannot be living so way better than the actual people that live in Burkina Faso. That was one of the first moves that he made. So, you know, between him and Andrew Otis, light and day. One believes in classism, the other one believes in what Norman Manley is talking about and what Marcus Garvey is dealing with. That's the energy that this man has as a leader. And what we're going to witness now with the children, inspiring. So let's get into it.
There is
Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso, Head of State. We, the children of Burkina Faso, are here today on the occasion of World Children's Day to share with you the point of our meeting at the hemicycle. This year, we have had an incredible experience. We sat in the Legislative Assembly of Transition as deputies under the presidency of the President of the ALT. During the session, we asked important questions to the ministers about the promises you made to us during our meeting last year. With the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and National Solidarity, we talked about the measures that have been taken since last year to further protect children from child marriages. Concrete actions have been carried out this year to move children away from orphanages and allow them to continue their education. With the Minister of Health, we asked questions about your commitment to strengthening free care for women and children. We asked for the progress made this year so that this commitment becomes a reality for all families. We also asked where the construction of the hospital was, mother-child, so that children and their mothers can be better cared for. With the Minister of Elementary Education, Literacy and Promotion of National Languages, represented by his counterpart, the Minister of Secondary Education and Professional and Technical Training, we discussed two things: your promise to make schools free for all in Burkina Faso. We asked where this promise is and when all children will be able to go to school without danger, and actions that have been taken this year so that schools are better adapted to the needs of disabled children and that they can learn in good conditions. We were very happy to hear the minister's answers. We were very happy to know that marriage has been brought back to 18 years old and that several activities are being carried out to prevent children's work in orphanages. And there is even a green number to denounce those who make children work. We have also learned that the government puts 30 billion francs each year so that children under the age of 5 and pregnant women can be treated for free. Also, the discussions that started for the construction of the hospital, mother-child, and the ground is already acquired. And in 2025, the work will begin. Finally, for children to go to school for free, every year we build a lot of schools, and we have offered several living children with a disability-adapted material for their education. They told us that actions are already underway, and that others will soon be put in place. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, take our concerns to heart and work to improve our lives. We also had a special moment with the President of the ANT, where we presented a film that we made for FESPACO 2025. This project allowed us to share our stories, our dreams, and what we want for our country. Excellency, Mr. President of FASO, even if we see progress, we still have 3 big requests to make. 1. Excellency, Mr. President of FASO, we have heard that even if the law has brought back marriage at 18, there is the exception at 16. Could you tell them to fix it at 18, without exception if possible? This will protect all girls against early marriage and will allow them to stay in school and live their childhood. 2. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, we are happy that you set up May 15th to allow us to know our tradition, but we are afraid that our grandparents and grandmothers think they can excuse the girls and marry the children. We would like to ask you, if possible, to take the floor officially to explain to them the meaning of May 15th, a day of customs and traditions in all languages. 3. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, our parents have explained to us that the law provides that children who have committed minor offences do not go to prison, but that they do light work, such as weeding the CSPS, cleaning the schoolyard. Can you ask the judge to apply this decision? This will prevent children from going to prison and being in contact with bad things. 4. Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, we know that you are listening to us and that you are ready to act to protect us. These changes are very important to us and will allow us to have a better future. Thank you, Excellency, Mr. President of Burkina Faso, for always thinking about us, for protecting us, for supporting us, and for building a Burkina where every child can be safe, go to school and succeed in life. Thank you.
Now, after a speech like that from such a bright young lady, bold, brave, she presented herself. She was very fluent. She was like giving him eye contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, brilliant, bro. Brilliant. And let's hear the response of the president to the children on their concerns. One of the big concerns that she had was in their country, girls could be married at a young age. And she's like, could you allow us to let it be 18 when we're adults? Because this thing of us, can you protect us, sir? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the fact that he's having this dialogue, remember, those are different countries, they have different customs, right? And the fact that he's having these dialogue with these young children, I mean, that's a leader right there that we could stand behind. Unlike the one at the bottom right there, and shout out to the two at the top. I don't think they would be opposed to, you know, doing something like this with our children here in Jamaica, having them more engaged in the political process, not just having them come to watch when you guys are arguing back and forth in Parliament. Can we have those children also come and tell the world what genuinely the real issues that they're having in school, at home, all of that, right, children? You get what I'm saying? And you would be surprised some of the stuff that they actually want from the government. They're not stupid. They're brilliant kids. A lot of them is really, really brilliant. So we gotta engage our children more, man. For real. Let's continue.
Hello, everyone.
You are honorable deputies today. I suppose that in reality, everything went very well. Yes, the ministers were able to respond well. Were they convincing? Okay, thank God. In any case, there are many things that we have undertaken in favor of children, and everything we do is in favor of children. You are the future of this nation. You are the future of the country. So everything we do is for the children. This must already be understood. Every initiative we take is for your well-being. It is so that you can live in good health, go to school, thrive, and do everything you can for the country. Many changes have been initiated. Many things remain to be done. It all depends on the rhythm at which we go. And as you can see, there are many children who were displaced, but who are starting to resume classes little by little in several localities. This is due to the abnegation of the security forces and the VDPs who are on the ground, who give themselves body and soul, who sacrifice themselves day and night so that you, the children, can live in peace and go to school. Just today, I was learning in one of the regions. There are at least more than 10,000 children who have resumed classes. Classes have been officially opened, and I think it goes in line with your aspirations, which are that all children can go to school. Educational infrastructures are in full improvement. And I think there are many children among you who come from certain regions who have seen during the rainy season a lot of schools that have disintegrated and therefore have a negative impact on your classes. We have developed a new school model, and we are trying to find ways to implement it everywhere in Burkina Faso so that storms and other natural disasters cannot impact your studies. During the year, there have been a few floods, and in Bogota, there is a school where the waters almost trapped the children. Thank God the firefighters were able to intervene quickly. All this prompted us to think of a school model that will allow children to study safely and to study well. In terms of health, as you say, it is real. We are now launching the Hospital Mère Enfant. Just this week, I had a small meeting with someone from the National Bureau of Major Projects to talk about this, and I hope that in 2025, we will be able to launch it. The ambition is that you go to school for free and that we can take care of you for free. This is our objective, and we are working to make it happen. This is also our dream, and this is why we are fighting.
Hear that? Go to school for free and take care of them for free. Right? I mean, the country is rich with gold and other minerals and stuff like that. You gotta ask yourself the question, what was the other administration doing before he came in? Why were they not investing in these children the way he's applying investing in these kids? Because the truth of the matter is, the country was being run by the colonizer, and they had no intention of giving, pouring into the children of Burkina Faso, because they don't want them to come up with the ambitions of understanding this is our land and we have to take control of it, so we can have the kids after that come and take control of it again, to keep that cycle going, just like what the lady that just called me, we had the dialogue about. We have to invest in our children. If we're not investing in our children, we have no future. There is no future. And this is why, just to segue a little bit, my Jamaican people, the signing of the Samoa Agreement by this government is an attack on our future. We are already in the hole in terms of how much birth rates. The birth rates have gone down. So when you start encouraging our children in schools and education through the Samoa Agreement that they are girls when they're boys and they're boys when they're girls, and they should do this surgery and chop off this and chop off that, the process of reproduction, there's going to be another hit to that process. Just open up your minds. All these people that are die-hearted laborites, I hope somebody clips this up, that little part that I just said, and I hope it really seeps in your mind for you to understand that this government and your Holiness is actively working against the future of the Jamaican people. I wonder why they would want to do something like that. Is it because in the future they want to have robots have all the jobs? Is it possible? Have you guys heard Andrew Hollis talk about having robots in the medical field doing have you guys heard him say these things? Are you even paying attention? And you just hear him talk and you go, yay! Because you're die-hearted, you're not listening. They literally tell you what the hell they're doing and where they're going with things, but you just mum's the word. Oh, yeah, it's the Prime Minister and we love him. So he could just say anything and we go, yay! Start paying attention. Real talk.
In the mines, we have opted for a technology that has been developed in Burkina Faso. As you can see, recently in the region of the Southwest, and before that in the Zorgo zone, we were able to set up these machines that allow the extraction of gold in an ecological way, without using chemical products that can be very dangerous for children and adults, but also that prevent children from coming to the mine and doing some very painful work. So we are developing all these initiatives so that children do not find themselves on the mining sites, breaking stones that are quite painful, or inhaling dangerous chemical substances. So we are working on this so that as soon as possible, in a very short time, we will no longer hear about children on the mining sites. And regarding some of the issues that you have just mentioned, we have noted, we are going to see it is the Code of Persons and Families. The paragraph that deals with this situation of authorization for 16 years is not the authorization of parents only, there is the person concerned. So we will see if there is a place to readjust to adapt to what you want. But we wish that at the age of 18, there is this freedom to choose whether to go to a union or not. At 18, we no longer have a child, so that we can set the age at 18. But we are going to reflect on this paragraph of the Code of Persons and Families and see what can be done. The other grants also are current grants. As you said, we are going to see what can be done with the sectoral and ministerial departments. And I suppose that next year, if God pleases, you will be able to ask them questions about a start of execution of what you want. Traditions and customs are not only what you have said. We have noticed that many people can confuse things. But understand that we continue to educate to raise awareness and to explain to people why these days. I think that we went to the museum to see some cultural values that are specific to us. It was also a message to all the actors so that they understand that what we are looking for are some very important values in our cultures that we have left behind, but that could be useful for us. This is what should be expressed. I will give you an example. You see, there are in some villages people who had knowledge of forging who were able to take the earth and extract the iron. But today, are there children who are initiated in this? Are there young people who know how to do it? I don't think so. But still, we buy the iron from the outside. Do you understand? Yet in our cultures, there was this. but we lost it. In our cultures, when I went to the museum, I saw that there were types of constructions that we had that should allow us today, in the context of war, to face the enemy easily. But we lost a lot of things. In short, there are so many positive things in our culture. This is what we want to leave behind. But everything is a matter of communication. We will continue to communicate and to raise awareness about the drifts that can come from the misunderstanding of the 15 meters, and that it does not go in the direction of the decision or anything else that could be harmful to anyone.
Unlock more Ryu's Black Friday now. Sign up to Ryu class and book for everyone else.
We can assure you that we are working in full conscience so that you are very good citizens of tomorrow. This country belongs to you. It is up to you to take it.
Gotta salute that, man. Come on, man. So many powerful things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really handpick one thing he says. So it's kind of hard. I'm fighting to stay quiet, listening to this man and listening to these ladies. But because they don't speak English, I really want the audience to have a keen ear and get what they're saying. You know what I mean? But he said, yo, this is your country. Take it. I want to equip you to be the best version of yourself so you can also equip the kids that you will be governing to be the best version of themselves, so they can have what is called duplication. Katie, salute. Sharon, salute. Good morning to you. Happy Friday.
We will instill a certain number of values in you and pass these values on to your children. Tomorrow, you will have children. You will be in our place, and you will also give everything so that your children are in better condition than you. When I listen to you today, you are better than us. We want your children to be better than you. So we have to instill a certain number of values in you. And today at school, we have introduced a certain number of subjects. Civil education, which I teach at the Ministry of Teachers. It is to train you in patriotism so that you can take back your country. And it requires a certain number of values that you have to understand and put into practice every day. There is agriculture, if we can call it that, which will be initiated. The small gardens that you will take back to school to start doing in a practical way certain things that you imagine. And I know that there are many people who like these activities, who may do them by constraint, but if you are initiated, it will allow others to start later when they grow up, and to choose their career elsewhere. So even the jobs, a certain number of small jobs will be introduced at school, so that those who have a passion for mechanics, electricity, etc., can, from a certain age, start to touch the finger in a practical way, and to be able to specialize
Trading and coding, baby. Trading and coding. This man is on point with it.
at some point to be very efficient in the field they have chosen. This is a number of innovations, so that those who have a passion for mechanics, electricity, etc., can, from a certain age, start to touch the finger in a practical way, and to be able to specialize at some point to be very efficient in the field they have chosen. This is a number of innovations that we are introducing at school. But we are still listening. Maybe you can think about something and make contributions. So you are not just children. Don't say that you can't contribute something. You can think, make proposals to your supervisors. They will make us go up, and it will allow us to improve many things. Do we understand each other? So don't worry, we are doing everything so that you can be very good citizens and that you can live with dignity, the resources of your country, and that you have a promising future. This is our fight, and we will continue to fight for it. Thank you very much for coming to say hello. I am very happy to welcome you. I am always very happy to be among the children. If I could spend all my days with you, I would do it. But you have to go to work. I also have to go to work. But I hope we will meet again very soon. We will always be proud to welcome you and to exchange with you. Thank you very much to all. Good luck and a good school year above all, and that everyone has the results they expect at the end of the year. Thank you very much to all. This
Gets excited when I hear this type of conversation from a leader with children. I'm talking about, man, can we duplicate this, brother? You know what I mean? I would like an Ibrahim Troy in all of our cultures. That's in leadership. Not necessarily the exact man, but this and the action behind it. I really, man, y'all just don't understand, bro. Y'all just don't understand. I'm trying to tell you, right? Oh, wait a minute. Is that? Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh. I was the one that messed up. Okay. I messed up, y'all. My bad. Off the screen. Let's get to this part right here. Alright, so that was the kids. Another development of Burkina Faso that I want to share with you guys that I think is significant, something to highlight, outside of them actively, working to cultivate some of the brightest minds in their society, to take over the society at some point, forward thinking, very, very smart, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, the individuals that are a part of Burkina Faso that are literally trillionaires and billionaires, they were called to the carpet, and rightfully so, in my opinion. Not in a negative way, but called to action per se. So we're gonna cover that video right here. I don't want to show it. It's mostly pictures, so I'll just let y'all hear the audio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog. Welcome back to your favorite channel where we shine a light on the stories shaping Africa's present and future. Today we're talking about something big, something bold, and something that's about to transform Burkina Faso forever. Imagine this, a Burkinabe millionaire sipping champagne in Paris, signing deals in Dubai, or cruising the streets of New York in a luxury car. Sounds glamorous, right? But here's the catch. While they're living large abroad, who's building Burkina Faso? That's the exact question our fiery and fearless Prime Minister, Dr. Apollinaire Joachimson Kilim de Tambela, threw at the private sector during a game-changing meeting in Bobo Dioulasso.
Yo, I couldn't pronounce his name, but I'm telling you, this dude don't play. All right, his track record in terms of his fight for his country to develop it and grow, and phenomenal.
He didn't sugarcoat a thing. Instead of being the first investors abroad, be the first investors in your own country, he declared. Boom, drop. Let's unpack this powerful message and why it matters for every Burkinabe. From million.
And the reason why I'm sharing this, ladies and gentlemen, it is because we here in Jamaica, we need to hold our leaders' fire to the feet. Right? We need to hold their fire to the feet. Sorry. We need to hold their fire their feet to the fire. I said fire to the feet. We need to hold their feet to the fire. The way how this man, we gotta see good examples of what good leaders are, so we can know the bar, so we can actually hold our leaders accountable. This is the reason why I'm even sharing this type of content. These people are in a whole different side of the world. Their situation in terms of colonization is actually worse than ours. They have people that literally military that they have kicked out now, but was there not aiding the development of the country. They were doing the opposite. I'm talking about military, tanks, big gun, militia, acting as if they fight the militia, and allegedly they was aiding the militia, allegedly. All types of higher levels of corruption. And this country, Burkina Faso, fought their way from that. Jamaica, it seems as if we're heading to that. We have the Chinese owning our ports. I ain't got nothing against the Chinese, but they shouldn't own our ports. They have an issue with America, innit? That country, you know, they got issues. We got World War III brewing, a possible World War III brewing. Like we really gotta pay attention, man. We really gotta pay attention. We got, and shout out to Will Rattigan for exposing this. The foreigner, is it the Foreign Affairs building, something like that, where they would go and have their meetings. Guess who they gave the contract to build the building? And he was making a great point. What is going to stop them from bugging that building? So when you're having these very delicate conversations about the future and moves that we're going to make strategically for the country, they already know the plans. And if you're talking to somebody from another state, like America, that they have an issue with, well, that's inside information. It's a possibility, isn't it? If I was them and I was building the building, I would bug it. I'm just saying, it's good war strategy. But our leaders here in Jamaica is either deaf, dumb, and blind, don't have no sense, right? Or they just don't care and they just total sellouts. I'm talking about who's in power right now. And that's my opinion. When I learned that, I said, holy crap. Ain't no way.
Millionaires to everyday hustlers. For decades, our parents and grandparents worked tirelessly in foreign lands, building skyscrapers, running industries, and fueling economies that now label us as poor. It's a bitter pill to swallow. But here's the truth. Burkina Faso has everything it needs to thrive. All it takes is for us to redirect our energy, resources, and investments back home. The Prime Minister's message is simple yet revolutionary.
Yeah, I don't want no problems with this content creator, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up my overlay. Yeah, I'm gonna put up my overlay. I just saw something. I'm putting up my overlay.
Burkinabe millionaires, entrepreneurs, and investors must take the lead in rebuilding our country. Let's stop fueling foreign economies and start igniting our own. The goal isn't just national pride, it's creating jobs, growing industries, and giving every Burkinabe a shot at success. That's a vision we can all get behind, right? At the heart of this movement is the government-private sector.
Right, Jamaica? That's a vision we can all get behind, right? And if our current leaders are not getting behind that vision, we should vote them out. We should vote them out, right?
Sector meeting, where Dr. Kielem didn't just lay down the law, he laid out a vision where Burkina Faso becomes a hub for industrial transformation, a vision where we process our own resources, add value locally, and export products stamped with Made in Burkina Faso.
Export. Can we export something, Jamaica? Made in Jamaica? Why you think China is a superpower? Man, you see how many items is on the market that's made in China? What are we making? Not a goddamn thing. But we got brand Jamaica, right? Talking about infrastructure and economy. Man.
Oh, and here's a fun twist. The government is now requiring foreign companies operating in Burkina to set up their headquarters here. Talk about flipping the script. This isn't about shutting doors, it's about opening new ones. Doors to opportunity, growth, and equality for all Burkinabe.
Nice.
Now, you might be wondering, how did the business world react? Were there groans, eye rolls? Nope. The Burkinabe private sector showed up and showed out. Idrissa Nassa, the vice president of the Chamber of Commerce, called Burkinabe entrepreneurs economic VDPs, voluntary economic defenders of the nation.
Wow.
How cool is that? These leaders are ready to invest in Burkina Faso, revive industries, and support the government's vision. They're not just talking, they're taking action.
So you telling me that they got people from Burkina Faso that are low-key billionaires, that is building industries all around the world, and the Burkina Faso president said, prime minister said, yo, come over here, son. This is where you're from. Why you not building where you from? What patriotic person that is a success, right, can refuse that offer. When the prime minister of a country says, what are we doing? Don't you see us trying to build a better Burkina Faso? Don't you want to come home? My Jamaican people that's living overseas, that's working in America. Yeah, America is better in terms of income. How many of you over there are millionaires again, legally? How many of you are millionaires? Multi-millionaires, legally? I'll wait.
With ongoing efforts to reclaim territory, resettle displaced communities, and restart economic activities, the stars are aligning for a brighter future. Now let's get personal. Intervlog family. Whether you're watching from Ouagadougou, Abidjan, Paris, or New York, the message is the same. What are you doing to help build Burkina Faso? If you're a Burkinabe abroad, think about the impact you could make by investing in your homeland. If you're at home, think about how you can contribute to this collective effort. And if you're a supporter of African development, let's amplify this message to the world. Dr. Kielem's bold vision is more than a call to action. It's a rallying cry for a new era. Together, the government, the private sector, and everyday citizens can transform Burkina Faso into a nation of pride, opportunity, and innovation.
And the other reason why I'm sharing this, ladies and gentlemen, is because this right here is a model that we should follow. As a country that professes that we want to come from under the claws of our colonial quote-unquote masters, or I say oppressors, not masters, because they're not masters to me. The only master is the Most High, the creator of all things. All right? The colonial oppressors. Why wouldn't you want to duplicate a plan that works? Any leader that is opposed to these types of conversation and ideas, if you're somebody that votes for them, I don't care wherever you are in the world, you should look elsewhere to put your ballot, your faith, your not faith, but your trust in moving your country forward. Furthermore, you gotta make sure that you speak to the Most High and ask the Most High for guidance. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that God's will is done. Because mankind is flawed. They could go into a situation where at first they really wanted to do well, and then bloop, you see what happens sometimes, right?
So, let's make it happen. Bobo Dioulasso, the Prime Minister to the private sector actors. Instead of being the first investors abroad, be the first investors in your own country. Prime Minister Dr. Apollinaire Joachimson Kielem of Tambela granted an audience to the business world on Thursday, November 21st, 2024, in Bobo Dioulasso. The meeting was held as a prelude to the 21st Government Private Sector meeting. It is a strong message focused on the government's vision for the socio-economic development of Burkina Faso that the Prime Minister, Dr. Apollinaire Joachimson Kielem de Tambela, delivered to the actors of the private sector in prelude to the 2024 edition of the Government Private Sector meeting. Instead of being the first investors abroad, be the first investors in your own country, he said, without mincing his words. According to him, economic operators must play their role alongside the government in building the country. Our parents built other people's countries while forgetting to build their own countries. Today, these countries treat us as poor, hiding the fact that we built them. Exactly. What we expect from you is to help us build the country. This is our main objective. We will define the broad outlines, and it is in all our interests, the Prime Minister said.
Of course.
He also outlined the vision of the transition for the private sector, which vision focuses on the establishment of industrial units for the transformation of our products. We have taken a measure to force foreign companies to build their headquarters there. This will help build our country. My
Jamaican people, I'm charging you all to start being patriots. Look up what a patriot is. Be a patriot for your country. It's time to get active, man. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the vloggers that is putting out this information. myself and others, especially others, because I'm new to this. But Jamaica, we're in trouble. This government has signed off on a lot of things. They have become parts of entities globally that pretty much what they signed off does not necessarily benefit us, the people of Jamaica. We don't even know, some of us, exactly what they signed off on. So that's a problem. That's a real problem. Alright? It's time to get active. Start reading. Get me? And stop allowing these people to lie to you in front of your face. Getting up telling you about this and that and the other thing. Come on, man. Stop.
Expect a lot from you. Our goal is to build Burkina by giving the same opportunities to everyone. We are against no one. We are for everyone. There are measures that may not please you, but it is for the general interest and to build our country. Together, we can build our country. Catching up with a view to developing our country is possible, provided that we really get to work, he added. This message and this vision were received May 5th by the Burkinabe private sector, which showed its willingness to support the government in this dynamic. To this end, the first Vice President of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Burkina Faso, Idrissa Nassa, reassured of the availability of committed and patriotic economic operators who are fighting for Burkina Faso to move forward. I reassure the business world of its readiness to support the government's action. Rest assured that you have economic VDPs committed to the development.
Gift a 7-day plan for.
Yeah, this is powerful, the unity, you know.
Country, he said. Even though he said he expected the government to take measures to facilitate investments, Mr. Idrissa Nassa recognized the need for everyone to work to develop our country.
So basically, they're calling on people of the country to be patriots and make a sacrifice for the betterment of the future of the country. And when you have people willing to do that, man, what are we doing?
We are making investments, and we will continue them. We welcome the operations for the reconquest of the territory and the resettlement of populations, which augurs well for the resumption of economic activity. We also welcome the strong government decisions to revive industrial units, he stressed. Speech by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Burkina Faso, on the role of the Burkinabe private sector and the return of diaspora investment. Distinguished guests, esteemed members of the private sector, my fellow Burkinabe, both at home and abroad. Today, I stand before you with a message of hope, determination, and action. It is a message born from our collective desire to see Burkina Faso rise, flourish, and take its rightful place among the nations of the world. It is a message inspired by the resounding call made by our Prime Minister, Dr. Apollinaire Joachimson Kielem de Tambela, during his address to the private sector in Bobo Dioulasso. His words were clear and bold. Instead of being the first investors abroad, be the first investors in your own country. This statement is more than a challenge. It is a rallying cry, a vision for a
I'm gonna edit it off there because I don't want to play all of this video. This person got their logo just flashing all over the street, so I'm very mindful, you know what I'm saying? But you get the message on that one. Between the children, you know, the president of Burkina Faso involving the kids in the political process, you know, making sure they hear them out, their demands, what they want for themselves, and actively working towards them, you know, them getting it. You know what I'm saying? That the communication alone is phenomenal, and then communicating and then acting on what's communicated. This is the foundation of growth, ladies and gentlemen, in a country that has been you know, been going through a lot pretty much over the years. So I want to say a big shout out to them on that, and then, you know, calling on the investors, you know, individuals that are from the country, that are millionaires, you know, doing well for themselves in other countries, building other countries, because you have brilliant people that come from these situations right here, right? You know, that have risen above and gotten opportunities to go overseas and go to school and all of this stuff, and really done well for themselves. So I think that's amazing, and I wanted to share that with you guys and encourage us as Jamaicans to, you know, take the gems from this. take the gems from this, not just Jamaicans, but you know, I live in Jamaica, so it's kind of more dear to me. People that live anywhere, you can take from this all the lessons of unity and working together and focusing on the children so we can build our future. All of it. Take it all in, incorporate it in your lives on a daily basis. I mean, shoot, you can use that to build family business if you want to. I'm just saying. The same model that they're talking about, you can use it in so many ways. But that's on that. Let's get to what I have next. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
Jamaican entourage.
Very, very strong. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother BOLO V&R, and we are here for another one. Sister Carrie Ann comes out, and she is calling out Andrew Otis, period. And she said this was a video she should have done a month ago. Y'all remember that old guy? The what do you call himself? I call him the voodoo priest. Y'all remember this man? That they said is coming in December? Well, the prophetess has a warning for Jamaica about this man. Alright? Let's hear it.
Me with your love offering as well. You can check the description box and the pinned comment section.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, praise the higher everybody. Okay, I meant to do this video from about maybe a month ago or something like that, when I found out that this Hindu priest, Hindu guru guy from India is going to make landfall in the country, my country of Jamaica. And the story, basically, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, went to India earlier on this year, probably about 2 or 3 months ago, I believe. He went to India on business trip, right, to do whatever he has to do for the country. I shouldn't laugh. And he basically brought back this guru guy to unleash on the people of Jamaica. Brothers and sisters, listen to me. Jamaica is paralyzed already by witchcraft, voodoo, occultic, bloodshedding, all sort of just demonic stuff that goes on in the country. They don't need anymore. We don't need anymore. And when I saw this, I said to myself, and I looked to heaven, and I say, Lord, why? That's a question, why? Because I remember in 2017 when, and I've done a video about this, when the American Babylonian pastor, right, and Pastor Stephen Anderson wanted to go to Jamaica to witness about the love and the name of Yesiah the Christ to the people. And yes, the Jamaican entourage, so they are, the pharaohs and the Caesars, mainly speaking, Andrew Holness, have blocked the pastor from coming in because
I'm going to show that story. Listen, that pastor that they blocked, I'm about to show y'all that story. I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
The transformer community kicked up a rumpus. Jamaicans don't know what I'm talking about when I say rumpus. Kicked up a storm, made a petition. You're listening to me, church? I hope you're listening. Made a petition. This is a transformer community in Jamaica. 2017 this happened. Made a petition to Andrew Holness and say, look, we don't want this Christian pastor in our country. And what did they do? Yes, brothers and sisters. They block. Are you listening to me, church? They block the Christian pastor from coming into the country to preach and teach and to tell the people to turn away from their wicked ways. But it wasn't only Andrew Holness alone influence. Babylon US was the main culprit in this one, because this pastor is banned from all places in Babylon US because yes, he basically said transformers are wrong. Living that lifestyle is wicked and you will go to hell for it. And they say that he's a hate preacher, so they ban him from here, there. And obviously Babylon US controls Jamaica, so it's like they're letting what goes in and what comes out, right? That's their thing. So
So that was 2017 or 2018, something like that. They didn't let this Christian man in. Here we are, 2024. Are you listening to me, Jamaica? Here we are in 2024. And this guy, Ravi, the guru, is a yoga practitioner. Now, if you know anything about yoga, you know that it's from the bottomless pit of hell. Nothing to do with Ahaya or Yesaya, his son. Nothing at all. This practice is demonic, and no born-again child of the Most High should ever indulge in nothing to do with yoga. Because yoga is basically the opening up of portals that you got to empty yourself to the higher deity, the higher iniquity power that is higher than you. And this is not Yesaya the Christ. This is demons, principalities. So we encourage the body of Christ, don't do yoga. This guy is a big, massive teacher of this. But I want to read you something, brothers and sisters, because Ahaya isn't happy. And this is why I said Andrew Holness went to India to do business trip, and he came back with Ravi. Right. He came back with Ravi to unleash on the people. We don't need no more bangarang. Jamaica don't need no more bangarang. No, it is what it is. Instead of calling fasting and prayer, because Jamaica is indeed a Christian country, right? So instead of calling fasting and prayer, you are bringing in an occultic man. You are bringing in a yoga man. A man that has nothing, no lot and part to do with the gospel of Yesaya the Christ. What is it that you're doing? Why is it that you are sinking Jamaica more and more? I did a video about Andrew Holness, and I did say that he's spiritually killing the country, not to mention physical, but because he's the head of the country spiritually. Sad, but it's true. I've done the video. Spiritually, Andrew Holness is sinking the country, because I believe that when the people voted for him, they voted for him on the favor that he's a born-again Christian. Come on now, church. It's true.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. David Costa, the Dean and CEO here at Robert Kennedy College in Zurich, Switzerland. And
everybody, the church was excited, this, that, you know, Andrew's coming in, he's a Christian, sing his praises, but brothers and sisters, he has sold out. It is unfortunate, but it's the truth.
On the ear, Andrew, me say all I labor right there, I'm gonna come over here, so. Come over here, so. Andrew Holness ban a preacher. 38,000 LGBTQ people. Almost 39,000. Me just show it a while ago. 2 articles. Me show it again. I'm gonna come over here a little bit. I'm gonna clip up this and show the labor right people them. Alright? Facts and evidence to deal with. And this is why Jamaica get a judgment coming to us very, very soon. Right there. See that? See that, ladies and gentlemen? Jamaica bans anti-gay Arizona pastor from visiting Jamaica. Stephen Anderson, pastor from the Faithful Word Baptist Church, who says gay people should be rated to death, denied entry. Stargirl, big up. Simeon Israel, big up. Which one is this one? Okay. Last song, big up yourself. Right? So, them ban the preacher. And this seat here right here, so this is a positive outcome in which I am very pleased, said J. John, an activist who launched an online petition calling on Jamaican government to bar Anderson. More than 39,000 people signed the petition. I wonder if 100,000 Jamaicans signed the petition for Andrew Holness resign immediately and call the election, he would have do it. Because 39,000 people move him up. So I wonder if 100,000 Jamaicans signing the petition for him resign or remove him. Can somebody create a petition so I can share it and we all just sign that want him to resign? Can we do that? Can we do that, guys? Somebody create a petition right now for Andrew Holness to resign. and send me the link on my number, 1-876-451-6535. It's full time now. Let's just get it over with, even before December 6th. Can we call for Andrew Onus' resignation from now till the next week Friday? Because next week Friday should be the 6th of December, innit? Yeah, I think we need to do that. They are sun worshippers. Well, if they are worship the sun, that means that they not worship God. Yeah. So, you know, the lady is right about them, innit? So here is 2 articles I'm finding out. It's more than 2 still, but this one is BBC. Jamaica barred anti-gay preacher Stephen Anderson. And it says the same thing. Jamaica laws criminalize gay sex rights group have warned the LGBT lesbian blah 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 blah. But the LGBT right activists Jamaica started a petition. The government to ban was signed by more than 38,000 people. See, J. John, who launched the petition, said he's very pleased. It's the same story. You know what I'm saying? So they blocked him. Whether people have something controversial or not, they block him. Yeah, they block him.
He is sold out, and because he's sold out, he sold the people out. How can you deny a child of the Most High, block them from coming into a Christian country, but then you turn around years later and you're bringing in someone who taps into the demonic?
Thank you.
So you know what's going to happen to Jamaica now?
Right down.
You know what's going to happen to the country?
Fully right down.
Because I'm going to break it down and I'm going to tell you exactly what is going to happen. When this man comes into the country in December 2024, I don't know the date, can't remember the date, but he's coming in December 2024. Listen to me. Under no circumstances, are you listening? Jamaica, under no circumstances must you go to any convention that this spiritualist is keeping. Higher says, warn them. Warn my people. Warn my people and tell them under no circumstances must you go and listen to this man doctrine. Do not do it, because he is coming into the country with the intention to unleash demons in the country, because the portals are already open. So it's very easy. Are you listening to me, church? It's very easy for the principalities to come in. I want you to understand what is going on. It's so sad. When I analyze the whole thing concerning Jamaica, spiritually I'm talking, it's bitter, it's horrible, a nasty taste in the mouth. Very, very sad. Because unfortunately, Jamaica is getting a double whammy. What do I mean by a double whammy? Double whammy, which means that the judgment, are you listening to me, church? The judgment of the Most High is going to come swiftly and quickly. What is the judgment? I've already prophesied about this already, that Jamaica is set for a 9-point earthquake followed by a tsunami. That is the judgment. It is set and it is determined. Double whammy for the country of Jamaica, because not only are they unleashing the spiritualist into the country, but they are also hosting a demonic, and I want you to understand, a demonic concert that the so-called artist Vibes Cartel is going to have in the country in December. That is against the Most High. Will the people listen? No, they won't. Because their heart is set like a flint into the kingdom of darkness. Because they've gone so far away from the Most High, it's unreal. Question is, how can these people come back? How can people come back to the first love, which is Yeshua the Christ? Bible says that some people are only saved through fear. This is a biblical scripture. Paul said it. Paul said some people are only saved through fear. So it doesn't matter how much we prophesy, we say turn, they're not listening. And it's only destruction can wake them up. It's sad, but it is true. And unfortunately, that is a judgment that is set for Jamaica. It is through destruction.
And I'm not even gonna go any further. That's what I wanted to share. Kyrie, I've told you that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm meant for it to be like an hour and 20 minutes, but then I got a surprise call, and it was wonderful. If the lady is still watching, thank you so much for calling in so spontaneously. I appreciate the message. And I'm going to clip it up and I'm going to post it. I'm going to clip it up and I'm going to post it. Thank you so much for showing your appreciation for what I'm doing here on the platform. You know what I'm saying? You guys have a blessed Friday. Be safe out there. I will be live this evening again, hopefully around 4 p.m. I don't want to be later than that. I'm going to actually set the live stream from now. And between now and then, I have a premiere coming up in 15 minutes. Y'all better go check that out. And just look. Just go on the page and look. I got a lot of stuff coming. Alright? So, see you guys at 4 p.m. But check out the premieres. Alright? See y'all later. And thank y'all so much for watching. Share it with 10 people, hit the like button. I didn't say this the whole time, but you know, for future references, if you want to donate to the platform, ladies and gentlemen, the donation link is always pinned at the top of the comment section. Even the premieres. All right. Shout out to the people that contributed to the poll. 88% of y'all said yes. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate that. But yeah, let me see if y'all. If that's like 16 people hitting the like button, right? That hit the poll. So let me see how much likes we got on the video. 24 likes. Yes. Salute. I hear you. But the message, I'm focused on the message. I'm not focused on the individual and that much anymore, because everybody's claiming this person is a false prophet, that person is a false prophet, and then they say, no, this one is not a false prophet. But it's the opposite. Some people say this, some people say that. Listen, I am gonna use my intuition. I'm gonna ask God to give me guidance, and I'm gonna leave it right there. All right, I'm focused on the message, and the message is this dude that is coming to Jamaica, this guy on the screen right here. All right, he is definitely not with the Most High. I heard a clip, just one clip of what this man said out of his mouth. I said, Lord have mercy. We're in trouble. He's an agent of the Samoa Agreement. He is literally an agent of the Samoa Agreement. All I gotta do is look at your deeds, man, to know, hey, I'm just saying, this man is an agent of the Samoa Agreement. He's here to soften the people of Jamaica and indoctrinate them with a whole bunch of demonic-ish. And that's a fact. That's a whole fact. This lady didn't have to come tell me that. Pastor Peter Chambers didn't have to come tell me that. What's the lady's name? Any other prophet you're thinking about that you might say they false prophet or whatever, none of them didn't have to come and tell me that this man right here, based off his own words and actions, is full of ish. Definitely on some demonic stuff. And I stand on that. That's crazy. The word is love.